Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris Man, and as always, I thank you for coming to my channel. Today I'm going to do a video. It's called Valuable Stuff, because as I think about things and things that I think that can help you guys become a better player, or on the path of becoming a better player, musician, songwriter, whatever the case may be, I will do videos to kind of help, because every little bit of good information is beneficial to you. So, I'm going to try my best as time progresses to just kind of give you some valuable information regarding being a musician. And I put together a little list right quick, because I've had some of my subscribers ask me some of these questions, so I'm going to answer them to the masses. And one of them is, the first one is your strum. How do you develop that? And your flair. And your flair is your own musical identity, your style. People that can identify you by your certain style. And the answer to that question is this: you can't pay anybody to teach you that. That's just something that just naturally develops. So trust me, be patient, stick it out, and you will get there, because there are just some things that nobody can show you. You just got to keep practicing, and it becomes second nature to you. Because as a musician, I look at music differently from just the average person, just like music. When I listen to music, I start dissecting. Okay, it's a nice verse, nice intro, nice verse, nice chorus, B section, I like it. Modulation, certain accents and things of that nature. But the average person that listens and enjoys music don't look at it that way. And as a result of me doing short films, I look at TV differently nowadays too, because I look at the template as far as is it a blue screen, is it a green screen? And most people don't know what I'm talking about. But when you start to get into certain specialties, you start to notice and see things that most people don't see or pay attention to. So as far as the question regarding how do I develop my strum and my flair, trust me, just keep practicing. It's going to come naturally. It's not something, again, that nobody can really teach you. You just have to keep practicing, and you start to develop these things, and they come naturally. So the second one is being fancy. Because when I first started to become a musician, I thought I had to be just this unbelievable, tremendous guitar player to become a professional musician. And I realized that I didn't. I'm not saying that you can't come in not knowing what you're doing, but you don't have to be, this guitar god, or Jimi Hendrix or Eddie Van Halen or anybody like that. Because I watch, these video clips that people put on my Facebook timeline, and these are extraordinary musicians. The drummers and the bass player and all that, extremely fancy. But here's the realization: when you're recording professional records, you're not going to do all that, unless you jamming, or if there's some songs that they specifically are designed and recorded to show your stuff or your band stuff. But those are not hit record songs. Those are kind of just songs to show people I can play, and I can play extremely well. So don't get caught up in that. I got to be extremely fancy, because there's really no outlet for that unless you just want to post a lot of YouTube videos and put it on Facebook. Because again, when you listen to any song on the radio today, and I challenge you, pull up anything off the radio and just listen to it. It has a structure to it. It's discipline. It's not all over the place. You don't hear the drummer doing all this and all this extra stuff, and the bass player all these extra notes, and the guitar hitting solos. You're not going to hear all of that. So be consistent with listening to hit records, and ask yourself, what are they doing? They're just getting the job done. Because, I give you a good example. Kool and the Gang. Love them, from their early days until their current days. And I listen to them, and I don't hear them trying to, show they chops. They're just getting the job done. They got a structured musician arrangement behind the singer, and that's how most groups and bands are. They have a structured music behind the guy that's singing. It's not all of this wailing on the drums and crescendos every other measure, and these extra notes on the bass, and they got a 5-string bass playing single lead lines, all that stuff. It's overkill. But there's some people that will argue me different. But again, I challenge you, listen to any song, regardless of what period of it is, whether it's Motown or whether it's today's music or 50s. There's a consistency and a discipline. These guys are not all over the place showing their chops. So be conscious of that, because I think a lot of people are not conscious of that. They think in order to be a musician, you got to be this super unbelievable guy just showing your chops every measure of a song. Not necessary, and they don't do that. So the next one is real simple, and I've said this before, and I got to put this in here. Playing on practice. Just, if you're serious about your instrument, commit some time to it on a daily basis, or as much time as you can, because trust me, regardless if it's music or anything in life, the more you do it, the better you become at it. So I can't stress that more. Out of all of these bullet points here, that's the most important one. You just got to practice, got to put the time in. If you can't put the time in, it shows in your plan. So that's another one. The fourth one is this one, and I get this one from time to time. Matter of fact, I got it from a guy about a week ago that I had to block, because I'm like, I'm not playing these games with anybody. I'm serious about my music. And I've said this before, and a lot of people want to argue with me, but the truth is the truth. Don't go out there and waste $2,000-$3,000 on a guitar. Take some of that money, put it towards your kids' college tuition, and get you a $200-$300 guitar that's reliable. Because nowadays they make a lot of good quality guitars that are not brand names. Jay Tercer is one of them. I had about 10 Jay Tercer guitars at one time, and I loved every one of them because they sounded good, they felt good, they were durable, they weren't junk. It's very hard to find junk guitars these days. Back in the day, the Tasco guitars, those were junk. But now, they're making some guitars that are pretty decent to play. So don't get caught up in that. I got to have a Fender or Stratocaster made in America thing. I mean, of course, I want to patronize my country. But my first priority was me and my family, regarding do I go ahead and spend $3,000 to help a builder in this country? Or do I take some of that money and put it towards my daughter or my son's college tuition? It's a no-brainer. So because I had somebody when I did a review on the Squier Jazz Bass, and the guy's like, you should stop playing those cheap guitars because you're doing yourself an injustice. Man, the guitar don't make the player make the guitar. You could be a crappy guitar player with a $3,000 guitar, or you could be a good guitar player with a $200 guitar. Which one you want to be? So don't get caught up in that marketing nonsense that you got to go out and waste your hard-earned money just to have a name across that headstock that everybody thinks is cool and you should have one. Don't be a part of the herd when the herd is going in the wrong direction. So I learned that a long time ago. I'm like, I've had over 200 guitars now, and I've never paid any more over $400 for my guitars, with the exception of my classical guitars, because you do got to spend a little money to get a quality classical guitar. But playing on electric guitar, it's just a waste of your money to go out there and spend on the brand name when the quality of these other guitars is just as good or good enough for you to do what you need to do. So the last one, wrapping it up, and this is important too. Study what a guitar instructor or instructor period, whether it's piano, guitar, or drums, that is playing the type of music that you want to play. Because I've run across, when I was learning years ago, that instructors, they wanted, to have some students, and they tell you, yeah, I can teach you how to play this or this style, and then you have to be leery when you go in to say this to them. Say, I want to play a lot of confunction stuff. Who's confunction? Have a good day, sir. You want to study with someone who's playing the style of music that you are playing, because it makes no sense for you, if you want to be an R&B player, that you go to a country western chicken picking guitar guy to teach you how to play guitar, unless you're trying to play in that style, because each different style of music wants a different style or approach to teaching you. So that's important too. I think some people overlook that. It is what it is. If you trying to play a certain style of music, try to find, I know it's sometimes not hard or not easy, but try to find someone that plays in the style that you are trying to learn in. So I'm going to wrap this up right now, but when I come across some more important pieces of information that I can share with you guys to help you get to where you're trying to go musically, I'll do that. So until next time, take care, and thanks for watching.